and it took me years to really start to realize that, oh my god, I have been living in grief. And living in grief, actually, what I'm trying to say is you lose yourself in the grief, in pain. And I remember at that point I said something that I was like, rethinking about it now is like, I'm like, really, Ashley, did you really say that? But that's what grief makes you, like, you become someone else. And a lot of us, we struggle with grief, and sometimes it can be grief of losing someone you really love, like your parent or your child or your best friend or anything. But also sometimes it is grieving what you once had. So I feel like the struggle that we go through when it comes to grief is failing to find out or to realize how to live with grief in a way that we end up living in the grief. And living in the grief is like, I feel like this is how I imagine it. Living in the grief is like living in a deep, deep, dark hole that no one is able to pull you out of it. You can't see the light. Like, it's like you can't see any light where you are. And you begin to accept that, okay, this dark hole is now my home and ain't nobody gonna come to save me. And now you begin to feel comfortable in the dark. That is living in grief.